we're going to enter the support category of the inductees for tonight. And this man was a former Grizz All-American linebacker. He had a career in football for almost half a century. And now get this is where he has lived in order. Montana, Oregon, Germany, back to Montana, the Netherlands, Colorado, Michigan, Texas, back to Montana again, and finally back to Texas. Please run the tape. Please help me welcome our next Montana Football Hall of Fame for the 2021 class, Bob Beers.
Thank you.
Jumped right up there.
Yeah, still got it, right?
Still got it.
Yeah. You notice that film was black and white, and you couldn't really see it. So first of all, I'd like to thank Rick and the board. I feel humbled, and you know, I don't know why I'm here, but you know, they can make mistakes too. So anyways, I'd like to thank the Hall of Famers and all the former Hall of Fame people that are here, and it's a great honor, and it's a privilege to stand up here and represent the short, fat ex-player group that is being honored tonight. So, but you can't do this without great support system. And I've had a great support system around me all my life. Started with my parents when we were in a small mining town in Pennsylvania. And they decided that we weren't going to be coal miners. So they packed up the bags and 3 boys and moved west. And we ended up in Oregon. And then I have a tremendous wife that has supported me, but I've always thought it's because I was on the road scouting all the time and coaching that she was just happy she didn't have to live with me most of the year. But she's been a tremendous support, and I'd like to thank her. I've got tremendous kids that have supported and sacrificed because their old man's on the road all the time, and he's not home. So they can get away with a lot more when he can't, you know, discipline them. But the other thing is that all my kids were great. They were easy. They made the job easy. You never had problems to come home to. And I remember one time I came home and Joey, my youngest, was 5 years old. And she looked over at me and said, "Hey, Dad, when are you leaving?" And I said, What do you mean? Well, when you get home, you wreck the routine all the time, and we've got a set routine. I said, I'll be gone Monday. Oh, okay, good. But I remember when I was a high school player, the people that had the most influence on me were my high school coaches, especially a guy named Ed Ramsdale. I saw him coach, and he was having so much fun, I thought, man, I'd sure like to be a coach someday. That looks like it's a lot of fun. He doesn't work a day in his life. You know, he just comes out, hollers at us. We go on, play, and he goes home. I thought, boy, that's a great job. I can holler at kids all day, go home, and there's nothing to it. Then I found out you had to go to college. That was a big disappointment because my guidance counselor in high school told me I'd do a great job down on the docks, scraping boats and painting them and repairing them. So I thought, what do I do to get to college? They said, well, you got to have a 2.0. I said, what's that? That's your grade point, son. Oh. I said, well, I only had 1 D last quarter. And he said, yeah, but the other 4 were Fs. So I had to buckle down in the classroom for a while. And I finally got to college. I went to a junior college and played football there. I went there to play baseball, but I couldn't hit the curve. I couldn't hit a fastball. I couldn't catch. And they said, you should stick with football. We think you got a better chance there. Anyways, Jack Swarthout recruited me to the University of Montana, and it was a great choice for me at the time. Montana was struggling a little, but Jack had a way of turning things around quick. He was an old alumni at the University of Montana, and he brought with him a great coaching staff. He had Pinky Erickson on the staff, Dennis's dad. He had Jack Elway, whose son turned out to be a pretty good one. And then he had Wally Brown from our JC, and he had Bill Betcher, who everybody loved, except those at the Stockman's Bar. We had a tremendous coaching staff. Ron Nort was on the staff later on, and these guys all played an important part of my life, and I knew I wanted to coach then. Well, when I got done playing, Gil Brand had come into the school to evaluate our talent at the University of Montana. And so Gil's talking to our trainer, and the trainer was Nays Reinhardt. Well, Naysby turns around and Gil says, who's your best prospect? So I'm sitting around the office there and I'm listening, and I thought, he's gonna say Bob Beers. Nah, it didn't happen. He said our ball boy. That was John Elway. So I thought, well, there's gotta be a different way to get into the league. So I ended up coaching, and Jack hired me, and then Pancho McMahon hired me at Montana Tech, and then I went on from there to coach high school. And high school was a great experience. I went to Butte Central High School, and it was a fun place to go. I had great players there, and one of them's here tonight, and he unfortunately went to Montana State against my wishes, but he ends up leading to a national championship, Paul Dennehy. Now, don't clap for him, please, whatever you do. You Bobcats can just hold it down for a while. That was my first real big loss. But anyways, I found out something, that players make good coaches, and great players make great coaches. And then I found out that not only players make great coaches, but also assistant coaches make great head coaches. And I've been fortunate enough to be surrounded, when I was a head high school coach, by some great assistant coaches that cared about the players, cared about everything, the school, were great teachers, and a lot of them are here tonight in support, and I would love to thank them. The other thing was I was always surrounded by great teammates in college that made me a better player and made me that's hard. Maybe not a better person, but, maybe a better person too than I would have been. But they've made me terrible golfers, so. But anyways, I was always taught that you hire smart people good people, loyal people, and you'll be successful. But it's been a great trip. Jack Elway hired me as an assistant coach in the World League, and I learned a great deal from Jack. I've been fortunate to coach with great people on Don Reed's staff, Tommy Lee, Robin Pflugrad, Jerome Sowers, Bill Smith. I've just been fortunate to be with great people. And great people have made me what I am, and a great family's allowed me to do it. And I'd like to thank everybody. I appreciate it. Rick, thank you.